Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins was not to blame for the Packers' loss. He actually looked good in the first half, looked fine in garbage time, just never had the rock, right? He was kind of to blame for the Colts' ineptitude. Well, actually, yeah, there's a lot to blame. And then against the Titans, he was 100% to blame for the absolute clown shoes performance in the second half, minus the Justin Jefferson 71-yard touchdown pass. It's just not great, especially that final drive where the team went backwards. Okay. And yes, you can point to O-line, 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 O-line. O-line is bad. We all knew that. Cousins was pressured on 60% of his dropbacks on Sunday. He's also the fourth most pressured quarterback in the NFL this season at 41.1%. But also, Kirk had offensive line problems last year and the year before. And also, last year, notably 2019, for our money, was the best season of Kirk Cousins' career. Career highs in quarterback rating, DVOA, PFF grade, QBR, all the actual categories that matter, right? But Cousins, for all the talk about taking care of the football last year, he's been serving up some meatballs this year, like some full-on Mamma Mia type spaghetti and meatballs, like Chan Ho Park versus Cal Ripken Jr. in the All-Star game type groove and fastballs. Like Cousins, week 1, the pick to jar was absolutely inexcusable. Week 2, Colts, yes, 3 picks. Yes, a couple of them just bounced off the hands of receivers, but also they're off-target passes, and then also getting picked off in a Hail Mary, whatever, right? Week 3, that Jonathan Joseph should have been pick 6 was an absolute momentum killer. You have a lead at home. You got the ball. First play out from the break. And if not for Jadeveon Clownshoe's stupid penalty, I mean, that's the game. That is ender right there. And then also, when the Vikings were looking to sustain drives, stay on the field, 4-minute offense, Kirk couldn't get it done, as well as that final last gasp drive was just an absolute embarrassment. And this has been a season of embarrassments, and that might be the worst. And maybe this is a bit of, hey, I'm getting paid either way. Why should I even care? Frankly, Kirk Cousins should be thanking all of his lucky stars that Carson Wentz exists. Otherwise, he would be public enemy number 1 nationwide in terms of overrated, underperforming quarterbacks. Like Carson Wentz, loaded. Man. And this team is in need of a fiery leader who's going to grab the torch and lead the way. It's like, hey, 0-3, we are not as bad as this record, even though Parcells, Zimmer's mentor, you are what your record says you are. Like, no, this team first 2.5 quarters Sunday showed that this team still has some fight in it. They can hang with anyone in the league. Let's go hang, right? And you would think that your quarterback, your team captain, the guy who wears the C for the 3rd straight year, the guy who's been here for 3 seasons, he would be that guy, especially after a ton of veterans left this squad in the offseason. You think that he would be that dude, especially after the Vikings chose him in the divorce over Stephon Diggs, right? You think that he would be that guy. Nope. He really hasn't. It's been Dalvin Cook. It's been Harrison Smith when Zimmer isn't throwing Harrison under the bus. Well, they're pressing too much. The guy's making plays. That guy who's the PFF number 1 graded safety last week. Yeah, he's pressing too much. Get out of here. As well as Anthony Harris, right? And Eric Kendricks, right? But for all the money that's being paid to you would think that Cousins would be able to make something happen. Also, who else is near the top of the league in terms of pressure drop back quarterbacks each of the last 3 years? Russell Wilson played at MVP level this year. Lamar friggin' Jackson, league MVP. Deshaun Watson, who's one of the best young up-and-coming quarterbacks in the league, who will get a big dose of on Sunday. Do you see any of their apologists blaming the offensive line? No, because they actually get it done, and they don't need an excuse. Like, do they let their offensive line be an excuse for not making big-time plays in high-leverage situations? Especially Russ, by the way. I mean, that Seattle offensive line, besides Dwayne Brown, John Schneider's been treating that thing like a science experiment. It's like, hey, can I get Dwayne Brown and 4 guys from the 7-Eleven where Zimmer also finds his cover 2 cornerbacks? Hey, can we put them on the offensive line and have Russ still play back there? Absolutely. Pride to NC State, because I do not acknowledge his Wisconsin Badger season, has been phenomenal. So why can't Kirk be in that same category? Because maybe he's not in that same category. Also, can we talk about the end of the game? Because the more I think about it, the more I go back and look at the tape, the more it irks me. Because essentially, the Vikings were handed a gift. So Jeffrey Simmons, illegal hands to the face. Was it a ticky-tack call? Whatever. They were handed 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line with 1:41 to go. Well, they had no timeouts. They didn't need timeouts. In this situation, you need to move the ball 20 yards to the opposite 40 to give Dan Bailey a legitimate shot at a 57, 56-yard field goal. And he could easily do that, right? And somehow, some way, instead of gaining those 20 yards, you go backwards 14 and didn't have a positive play for the rest of the game. And per number fire, the Vikings had a 41.39% chance of winning when they had the rock on their own 40, 1st and 10, with a minute 41 to go, no timeouts. Yeah, 4 times out of 10, 41%. They win that game, and yet they still find a way to absolutely crap themselves. And again, the Vikings should thank God that the Falcons exist, because otherwise, man. And yes, Bradbury had the errant snap, but who wasn't ready for it? That's you, Kirky. That's you taking the extra time, not getting your offense set, looking like a Chinese fire drill out there. What the hell? What the hell, man? Like, you're at home. There is 250 friends and family in the stands, and you can't get lined up? Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? And we're lucky that it's October, and maybe Kirktoberfest will kick in, except everyone knows that Oktoberfest starts in September, and it was supposed to start on Sunday, but it didn't. But Vikings do need a hero, and he can talk about stepping up and be a hero all he wants, but not the Vikings need that hero, not a guy who just goes on his podcast every week and repeats the mantra, tough times don't last, tough people do. Well, get tough. Get tough. Be that dude, be a leader, or get out of the way, or the Vikings will get you out of the way. Probably not, since they make bad decisions, but whatever. All right, so your thoughts. Kirk Cousins needs to start earning that cheddar, start earning that money. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.